So I'm watching this movie, I don't know if you've seen it, it's called Soul Surfer, and it's about the girl who loses her arm in a surfing accident. And it's leading into this conversation that I wanted to share with you about how to get what we want, how to get what you want, because it's the beginning of the year, of course, and this is the time, as we know, most people are setting their New Year's resolutions. And for you more motivated people who want to see it all the way through to actually make your wants, your goals, your desires a reality, what's that movie and getting what you want got in common, and why am I starting with that story? Well, apart from it being probably one of the most inspiring movies that I've seen in a long time, what a soldier this girl is. While there's so much greatness in the movie, there's one part that I really resonated with and I felt was so profound. It was after the accident, and she really fell into quite a place of depression and confusion as to why did this happen to her, and she ends up going to Thailand. It was just post tsunami, and she goes there to help the kids. She's part of a church and does some great things there. I'll watch the movie if you haven't seen it. It's important that you see that part because that really helps her find purpose again in life. But she gets home and she walks into the house and there's letters all over the table, and her brother's there looking through them all. And she says, "What's this?" And he says, "People are writing to you from all over the world." And she starts looking through the letters, and they're people that have been in accidents, they've lost limbs, they've got their own disfigurements, challenges, things that have happened to them. And they wrote the letters because she tried to compete in the rip curl competition in Hawaii, but she didn't win because she still was trying to deal with only having one arm, and she felt like a real failure, and that's part of why she fell into a pit of depression also. But she says to her mother, and this is the line, she says, "Mum, why are they writing me these letters?" And her mother says in the movie, "Because you tried." And I thought how profound that one message is around the willingness to try. Because so often I think we are looking for these things of perfection and got to get it right, and all those things and the pressures that we put on ourselves. And such a beautiful message that even though she didn't win, even though she's lost an arm, she tried to achieve her goal. So check out the movie, very inspiring if you haven't seen it, and if you have, watch it again, because it's got so many beautiful messages in it. Which leads me now to talking about how to get what we want, how to get what you want. Now, if you've got this sorted, fantastic. And if you also want to consider what are the steps that go into getting what you want, there are some steps that I found that the greats do, and steps that I follow to help me get what I want. And I'm working these steps right now, and I have over the Christmas period, starting to plan for the new year ahead. And there were some things that I found so helpful and inspiring that I wanted to share this message with you, because my whole thing is about together we can do better together, and I want people to get results. I want people to do, be, and have the lives that they want to do, be, and have. So what I've done is I've put this little how to get whatever you want little asset together, and I call it Upgrading Us to 2.0, to the better version of ourselves. And if you want a copy of this, I'll put a link into my template free library on the Results Academy website, and you can log in there and you can get a copy of that, okay? And if you want any help, if you want to leave me some comments or have a chat about getting what you want, I'm here for you, okay? But really quickly, the first thing is, because this is a big conversation, but to give you the big rocks. Number one, decide and commit and wake up. Now, there's probably three things in there, but really deciding and committing and waking up to what it is that we want. Because I think very often we talk about the money we want, the relationship we want, the business that we want, the career that we want, the lifestyle we want, the health that we want, but have we truly decided? And I mean owning it, as much as I like to say, with as much conviction and determination as you would give planning your wedding, planning that dream holiday, or going away with the boys to go surfing or to play golf or to go camping. Those things that we just want to do, and we're going to do it regardless, right? That's the level of commitment that I'm talking about. deciding, and very often deciding and not knowing how. So deciding what it is that we want. Number 2, why do we want these? Why do we want to become and achieve these goals? And the bigger the why, the better. For me, this year, I really want to move into partnering with great people, building great businesses so that I can help my team, my company, my partners, my customers to get everything that they want from what it is that we're selling and representing, and to give extraordinary customer service and build companies and businesses like no other on the planet. They're one of my whys that drives me way past my fears. So what's your why? Why would you be willing to push past fear to go and do all those things you want to do, be and have? The next thing is, who can you speak to? Because let's face it, we have boards of directors, we have advisory boards that help large companies, even mid-sized companies, small businesses, because they know through the power of conversation and planning and getting advice and direction from other people, it helps them have a much better chance of navigating their way, our way, to where they want to go. Whereas very often you'll find people that are struggling or confused or broken. I've been there. It's like, oh, I don't want to bother anyone. I don't want to talk to anyone. And what I found is, firstly, successful people are so willing to help because they know the journey. And that's why I love coaching and consulting and mentoring, where I can help people, because it's so fulfilling to be able to give people a shortcut to where they want to go and how they can get there quicker, more confidently, more successfully, in less time, with less stress and faster results. So who can you speak to? Write it down. The next thing is, how are we speaking to ourselves? How are we speaking to ourselves? Now for me, I don't have it here, but I'll talk to you about this in a minute, but there are some things that I am now saying to myself almost ridiculously, religiously every day, which are, I put some here for you if you find these resonate with you, but I'm finding the answers, the courage, the drive, and the ways to make all I want to do, become, and have a reality. I'm finding the ways, the answers, and the courage, and the drive, and the ways, and the people, and the how to make all I want to do, be, and have a reality. I'm evolving into the person I need to become to make all my wants and goals reality. Do you get the point? We all say things to ourselves very often which are disempowering and absolutely self-destructive. You know the thoughts, oh, it won't work, and you know, I call it here number 5, turning off frank fear and turning on Peter Possible. Why? To bring some fun to very often what can seem so heavy and serious. Frank fear, what does frank fear say? I could never do it or achieve that. What will people think of me? When it's perfect, then I'll start. It will never work, it's impossible. What if they say no? I hate rejection. I'll get to it later. All of these thoughts are fears our brain is trying to protect us from change and evolution, and we believe it to be true. And it's not true. Standing on the edge of a cliff on a windy day is something to be scared of. We've got to protect ourselves. But thoughts like these are just these things in our brain. And if we want to go from here to here, it means we've got to stand guard at the door of our mind. And it's not easy. I think the thinking work is the hardest work out of all. So what are some of the things that we can say to help us get what we want and to move into that direction more confidently? Thanks. You're so funny, brain, but I'm gonna try anyway. In the movie, because you tried, right? Because you tried. No one's thinking about me. I've got this. I'm gonna do my best and give it my best shot. I'll start, and the perfection, that'll come over time. One step at a time. One step at a time. And what if they say yes or no? Will I live? Yes, life goes on. So let's treat it as an adventure. I'll get it done now, and then it's done, right? So they're just some of the changes from going from frank fear to Peter Possible. Then number 6, building the plan. Writing down what it is that we want. getting help, studying. If you want to learn a new skill to change your job or get an advancement or improve your business, it's going to mean right back at the beginning that courageous, committed thing, which is to decide and commit. And very often this is the hardest thing, because it means, oh my God, what do I do? And got to hold myself to account. And very often what we do, well, let's go have a drink or let's go out, because we know that the brain's going, change is scary. You don't know how to do it, and it rocks it. So it brings up all these thoughts, right? That's why I say in here, accountability. Having someone hold you to account to push you through fear, to push you through that uncertainty. I've worked with someone for years who helps hold me to account, and whenever I've stopped, it's when I find that I fall off, because I fall into the fear and the trap. And the greats work with more people, and they're really being held to account. So it's up to you, the game that you want to play. But I do find that these are the things that really make the difference. And number 7, finding the gratitude and bringing the extraordinary to here and now. Because very often we find where we're at right now is difficult. We've just come through a year that has been life-changing for so many of us in different ways. For me, my whole business stopped and I fell into a lot of fear and doubt and uncertainty, and I've really struggled at times. And having watched a lot of things online and spoken to people, and really the message that I hear a lot is finding the gratitude with what we've got right here, right now. We live in Australia. We've got a great government doing their best to take care of us. And if you've got family and friends, feel grateful for that. And if you've got a job and you've got a business and it's there and ticking over or doing really well, to be grateful for that. And that's all this work that helps us feel better, so we have more energy to go and do and change and achieve the things that we want to achieve, right? So I hope you find this helpful about getting what you want. And even in COVID, I wrote this book called iWANT Customer Sales and Money Today. Now, this was a goal that I had, and I'm very grateful that I achieved. So if there's things that you want to learn that help you achieve your goals around customer acquisition, sales skills, money management, and building a better business, life, career, great book, worth the time and investment. Okay, and a couple of other things to help you if this is something that you're really committed to around getting what it is that you want this year, and making this year, looking back, the beginning of the best year that you've ever had yet, and building new skills, new ways of manifesting and creating what it is that you want. Here's some other things that you may find helpful, you will find helpful, they've helped me, and I'd highly recommend that you check them out if you haven't already. First person is Marissa Peer on YouTube. She is so wonderful, this woman, around understanding how to use the brain and what it is that we say to ourselves, and how empowered we are and how we're enough, and really shifting our focus from what it is that we don't want, trying to get what we want, which is like, I believe, trying to cut a tree down with a hammer. You might get there, but it's a hard way to do it, as opposed to focusing on who we are, what we're capable of, and what we can achieve, and cutting a tree down with a saw, an electric, high-powered saw. It's gonna happen real quick, not that we wanna cut trees down. Okay, the other person, Joe Dispenza. Really good stuff. Again, the thoughts that we're choosing, what we're saying to ourselves, and what we're focusing on, because we've got this machine that manifests. Everything around you, if you have a look, has been manifested, whether you wanted it or not wanted it, but because of the decisions that we've made, where we live, what we've got around us. So I say, let's put in the good programming. Here real quickly is my vision board, so I can see every day what it is that I want to be manifesting. And I used to do this and I stopped, but I'm back doing it because it works. Our brain just sees stuff. So let's put the order in, right? I want a great life. That's what I want for you if you want a great, better life, and to try at least, right? Bruce Lipton, Bob Proctor, again, really strong masters around manifestation and creation, and really how to focus on what it is that we want. From these guys, that's helped me to understand what it is that I want to say to myself about what I want to manifest. And when I started writing these down, it's scary because I haven't known how. And a lot of it I'm still figuring out, asking for the businesses that I want, the partners that I want, the money that I want, the health that I want, the relationships that I want. Very often it's like, God, is that really possible? Can I have that? And go, it's possible. It's coming to me. That's what I want. This is how I want it. And putting it down, and the magic is happening. And there's still things to do. I haven't got it all figured out. There are definitely some more zeros I'd like in the bank account. There's definitely things that I want, but I'm so committed to this, and that's what I want for you too. So that's my take on a quick summary on how to get what you want. If you want a copy of the How to Get What You Want little asset checklist, I'll put the link there to the Results Academy template. I'll also put a copy of my affirmation self-talk in there also for you, and here is a list of the goals template, so I'll put that in there for you too. If you want to really take this seriously and you're open to learning and getting good refreshers and reminders, I'll put a link there to the book. You can grab yourself a book and gotta read it, but if it's sales revenue and business development and getting out of debt and getting control of money, it's not all my stuff. A lot of stuff I've researched and put in there. I want customer sales money today. I know that's what I want, and if you want that too, you can try, right? There's some good stuff in there. Okay, thank you so much, and I really want to just say thank you. It's been a challenging time for all of us, so let's work together. Let's maintain a good attitude, focus on what we want, take care of each other, respect each other, and let's make 2021 the best year yet. Sending love, hope to speak to you soon.